SMS Text News. Rocking your mobile world.
We've got a number of third-party providers now. We amalgamate everything. We've currently got 600 airlines. This could be a real sort of godsend for us. Rewrite our software every 12 months because half of the phones that people did use no longer use. Now we get the new phones that come out and we find that it kind of works or almost works or 99% works, but it doesn't 100% work, so we have to make changes. We've spent £400 plus on most of these phones, so that represents sort of £25,000 worth of investment over the last 2 years. And this all came to pass when I was sent to Sao Paulo for a week's work or 2 weeks' work, and they messed up my reservation. They told me to go to Gatwick firstly, and then go to Heathrow. And I went to Heathrow, and I should have gone to Gatwick, so I ended up having to do a 24-hour flight rather than a 12-hour flight. And get out there and get in a cab and go straight to the office and work and teach 15 people in a room the same day. So I thought, right, okay, this is never going to happen again. There's got to be a better way to do things than this. We feel that getting the best deal exactly at the right time and being able to carry your full itinerary around in your pocket with all your meetings and everything else that you want to do on your trip or on your holiday. Being able to find other ancillary services and stuff like that. I think that's the niche area that we can come into in the hope that we can grow to be a big company like Expedia and Travelocity in the years to come. I looked at iMode and I thought, well, I can't see it. I can't see that as being anything different to what we already have. And we had a number of O2 phones, and we found that if we wrote a screen, it would work one way on one and another way on another, and it was ridiculous. We're pretty good Flash programmers, and Flashlight came out. Flashlight 1.1 came out, and we're pretty tight with the Adobe developer setup. What we were doing, we looked at ShopQwik. We developed ShopQwik, and there are some very big pluses and very big minuses in the mobile landscape today. And I don't want to come across as, and I won't come across as being negative, because I think year on year things get better. The only problem is that it's not instant, and we live in an instant world. Now we've got our product currently working on about 70 Nokia phones. We've got about 200 PDAs. We've also got it working on Microsoft smartphones, which we're going to be pushing very shortly, and it actually has been released. So it works on things like the Blackjack. It works on all of the non-touch screen, and it looks fantastic. I mean, it really is a good product. And we have it working on the E61, which is kind of like BlackBerry-like. And currently we're working on the BlackBerry version, and we'll have that out probably September time, and it's going to prove to be something special. And again, we're hoping, we're kind of booking the trend. We're not going to go with an iPhone version out next week. We thought about it, we could have done it. We decided no, we'll let people get a good customer. I know there's a good customer base, but get a huge customer base. They're going to be swamped with all this sort of software that's coming out straight away. I thought, we can hang on, we can hang back, and we'll come back in later. We've spent £400 plus on most of these phones, so that represents sort of £25,000 worth of investment over the last 2 years. With all the new Series 60s that are out, we're going to be able to test it on that as well, and it's going to save us buying 4 phones. So for an outlay of a few $100s, it's probably going to save us a couple of grand. The way it is with that is that you've got a choice, you've got a budget. Now you can spend it one way or you can spend it another. And usually you want to buy 2 things, and it's a toss-up between what you do and what you don't. And this way, this is going to allow us to be able to do more with what we have. The good thing about this with DeviceAnywhere is that you can, as I said to you when we were looking at it, it's almost like having the phone in your hand, without all the hassle. I mean, if you look at the legwork, if I have to go out and buy a phone, or if I have to, I firstly have to buy it, I have to wait till it's delivered, or I have to go out and get it, that takes time. I could probably sit down, or one of our team could sit down testing it with 20 phones in one day. and go yes, and just I can create a tick box set up, and they can just tick, and that suits me. This could actually change the way we do things, because it means that we won't buy any more phones, and that in itself is a big thing for us, because I won't have to wait. So as long as they're pretty good at going out and getting new phones, and they'll update it pretty regularly, then I can't see this as not being a service that we wouldn't use quite regularly. Because in the short term, it'll save us a lot of time. In the long term, it'll save us, well, in the short term as well, it'll save us a lot of money as well. So that's great. You know, I said to you earlier that I saw write-ups about the service in a number of magazines in WH Smith the other day, and they weren't reviews, or they weren't advertisements. They were just, you know, it was content, and they were talking about it, and they were saying, oh, this looks very, very good, it looks very powerful. I think maybe next year we will look for investment, because I think we'll be at a stage where we could really use the money to do to move to the next level. I'm very, very sort of strong in my mind insofar as that we do want to retain as much of the company as we possibly can, and plus we also want to make sure that we are giving somebody a good value for money for their investment, and they're happy to that it's a good partnership. Just bring your phone, and that'll do you. Your phone and your credit card. That's all you need. Phone, credit card and passport, and a smile. That's all you need.